Glad to be back in the play space after not streaming for a couple of weeks. And here we are. Here you are. Keith Avalon from Play Games. Sam is producing tonight's show. Excited to be back in the play space for our news show. We thought it made sense to kind of get back into the swing of things with a news update of all the stuff that's going on around Play HQ. And so let's just dive right in. I guess we should start with the convention. It seems to be a natural starting point. Great time at PLAAY.con. Thanks to everybody who made it such an amazing time. I did a blog post recap last week, so I won't spend a lot of time, going over the individual events. A couple of things that I was particularly excited about, notable. The XHL rule set I thought worked really well for our XHL tournament. The strategy and of the pregame shootout and the 2-point goals and the decision making of whether to, play even strength for the 2-point power play, even in Express, it just really worked well. So, super excited for the XHL. I think Derek Jones is starting up a co-op league in the community, and I'm debating whether to join. Both the two teams that I wanted are both taken, Southern California and Hartford. But I think I might go for Saskatchewan. So, anyway, the XHL was one of the high points. I thought it was notable the number of different games that were being played at the convention, and not just sports games either. We had a lot of sports games from other companies, but also a lot of non-sports games were being played. I know Sam and the Wilsons played Ark. We played. He played for the Emperor with Steve Tower. We had Star Wars going on. Star Wars trading card game with the Garlics and several others. Unfortunately, we did not get to the cereal game, much to the chagrin of Dave Gardner. I forgot to bring it, and then that's on me. Intended to play it, did not. But one of the few regrets of the 2025 Play.con. The Ocho games were great. The ESPN 8, the Ocho package, the Alt Sports Festival package that everybody got. We had a lot of fun with that, particularly Saturday night. I probably should have gotten started with it a little bit earlier on Thursday. I was intentionally trying to keep Thursday as open as possible and resisted the temptation to have some sort of an organized Ocho icebreaker event. But in retrospect, maybe I should have done that. Anyway, we had a lot of fun with the Ocho package, and in fact, it included the cornhole element of the Ocho package in today's free stuff section of the Play Connect. Also, one final note, the Thursday picnic was the best ever, particularly because we didn't have to grill anything. Just having Chick-fil-A instead of grilling stuff was really a game changer. Everybody seemed to have a great time. We had, of course, our biggest picnic ever, and we also got to play. There were some people playing wiffle ball, and we played a lot of cornhole, and it was just. I think the picnic was probably the best picnic we've ever had. So a wonderful time at Play.con. Thank you to everybody who attended. We certainly had a great time, and it was fun to meet so many new, first timers at the convention this year. Let's dive right in. Back into the action full blast after a couple of weeks of kind of sort of trying to recharge and recover from all the effort of the convention. We're going to just crank it right back up. I decided a couple days ago that we're going to go and make the trip to Canton again this year for Jeff Giordano's Gridiron Games at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That will be August 23rd and 24th, a 2-day event at the Hall of Fame. And Jeff is the one who's steering this. He's got it all set up, and it's an impressive setup too. It's you're playing at the Hall of Fame. It's a really, I almost want to say it's like a posh setup. It's very, very nice. You almost feel like, man, I should be wearing a tie. It's super nice and very spacious, very comfortable. Last year, we had Fred Biletnikoff show up, which was awesome, and Jeff is quick to point out that may not happen again this year, but we may not get an actual NFL alumni to show up, but it'll be a lot of fun. Last year, we did for the play segment, we did a 1974 World Football League 50th anniversary celebration. We played a bunch of full play second season with the new WFL cards, the newly reissued WFL cards. This year, we'll continue the theme with alternate sports, alternate football leagues. We'll do a 85 USFL project of some kind. I'm thinking we might do like an 8-team tournament. You know, when I was in Winnipeg a couple summers ago. Actually, it was a couple Septembers ago. We did a Canadian Football League Express, like a, I don't want to call it playoff because we had 8 of the 9 teams or 8 of the 10 teams. I guess there's 10 teams, and no, there's 9. Represented, and we played it down to a championship game and did it all in a couple hours. So we may do something like that. In any event, we'll be at the Hall of Fame in August, and you are invited. There's contact information in today's Play Connect. And let me know if you're planning to attend so we can plug you into whatever we're going to be doing. Also, we decided to go to BGG Con in Dallas. We've been kind of kicking that idea around for the last couple of months. That will be November 19th through the 23rd, right around Thanksgiving. It's interesting because the BGG Con is kind of like almost looks like a Halloween theme, even though it'll be 3 weeks after Halloween. Sam and I were talking about that earlier today. He says it's more like kind of a monsters theme, but I mean they got Frankenstein and Dracula. To me, it seems like Halloween. But anyway, we'll be part of that fun. We're going to be exhibiting, and so we'll have a booth there, and we'll be planning some play events to undertake during the non-vending hours. So if you're, we have actually several play gamers who are plugged into the BGG Con, Board Game Geek. And if you're not, you're welcome to attend as well. You don't have to be any kind of a member. It's about a 3,000 to 4,000 people event. So they have a lot of games to play. So you're invited to, reach out to us and connect. Plenty of time between now and then. So nothing urgent. No decisions have to be made at this moment, but kind of keep in the back of your mind, BGG Con in Dallas in November. Always fun. You may remember I used to live in Dallas. Play Games was based in Dallas for a number of years back in the early 2000s when I was working radio in Dallas. So a lot of fond memories of Dallas. It's great, always great to get back and visit. So looking forward to BGG Con in November. So those are the 2 big things we're going to be doing the rest of the year. There's one other thing that I would like to do, but it's very much in the think stage at this point. I'll talk about that in a second. Big release day today, to say the least. We had 3 releases. Keep it real. That's my shirt. What my shirt says, and that's what we're trying to do with our real-time Proficient game release, the box version, and we re-released the new components in PDF form as well, along with the new 2 lake expansion sets. So we had the fishing game. We had Mystery Army 6, which is also available. The game is afoot. Mike Fitzgerald's latest offering in the Mystery Army card series, which goes back decades. And so here's our fishing game. And also we have the Baseball Leap 20XX re-release. We put that up for a brief time at the holiday sale, and we used it at the convention as part of our Time Machine tournament, and it was awesome. So we decided to bring it back for the rest of the summer, and all those 3 products are available as of today. We have more stuff on the way as well. Coming soon, in fact, coming next week, we'll do the 2024-25 English Pro season for Soccer Blast. Big thanks to Neil Maitland for making that happen so expediently. We went back and forth on this last week, getting the colors right, getting the players right, and those cards are done. They're ready to be released, and they'll be released on time. Probably Tuesday, depending on the volume of the weekend. Possibly Wednesday, possibly Monday. We'll see. But it'll be first part of next week. We'll release the new soccer cards for Soccer Blast, the EPL cards. Also, the 2025 History Maker Baseball Pro in-season set, where we card the players that are playing right now. It's the we like to say is play tomorrow's baseball today. We'll rate the players based on their performance up to this point of the season. and then we'll release the card set so you can play along with the pennant races as they unfold, going into the dog days of summer and into fall. Spoke with Travis Jansen yesterday. We're on board as to how this is all going to work out, and we are targeting August. Let me make sure I got this right. August 7th. A little bit early. I think last year we did it around the 11th. And it very well could be the 11th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in there, depending on how quickly we can assemble all the data into card format. But that is the target release date for the History Maker Baseball Pro in-season set, which we will also use for our Fall Classic pre-play coming up sometime in September or early October. We always like to pre-play the World Series before it actually happens using this set. And we had a run there for a couple of years where we actually correctly predicted it for 2 years in a row, the winner of the World Series. So that is happening in early August. Then the 2024 Pro Season for second season, that's our football release. We are running behind on that, and big thanks to David Gambrell for jumping in and helping out when it became apparent that, man, this is just not going to be able to come together with all this other stuff we've got. I reached out to David, who's been, I've worked with David for literally decades. He and I worked together on the Canadian football seasons for many years. And finally, it was like, David, hey, why did you just do it? You're obviously the expert on this. So he is, for the past, I want to say the past half dozen seasons, rated the CFL seasons on his own. And of course, he's a huge NFL fan as well. He's a big Baltimore Ravens fan. And we always talk NFL stuff too. So I reached out to David and asked him if he could give me a hand on this. And so thanks to David, who has his Superman cape on, we will have the 2024 Pro Season for second season more or less on time. We're aiming for the middle of August for this. Normally we have it out middle of July, but we'll only be about 30 days late. And we'll have our college all-star game set for the 14th of August. So that's our target date for the new football season for second season. And then after that, it'll be Truckin' 76. We've been talking about this game for a number of years now, actually. I think it's been probably 5 years in development. It's kind of sat idle for most of the last couple of years. Picked it back up first part of this year to kind of get it back, get it whipped into shape for release this year. I made it my goal to get it out this year. So our target release date for Truckin' 76 is August 28th. Now it's basically, it's kind of a board game version of the Burt Reynolds, Sally Field movie, Smokey and the Bandit from the late 1970s. We've changed the theme a little bit to make it a little bit more, to broaden the strategy options. But essentially, it's Smokey and the Bandit. You're going coast to coast in a semi-truck, and you get 72 hours to do it. And hopefully you're going to stay out of jail and not get thrown into jail by the Smokies. I had this wild idea to release the game, have a release party at a truck stop. And so I've been looking around at truck stops. I settled on the Iowa 80 truck stop in Walcott, Iowa, just outside the Quad Cities. I reached out to them. I have not heard back from them, but that would be super fun. That's like the biggest truck stop in America. I talked to a few people who live in that area. It's quite the massive. It's like a destination almost. So I think it'd be cool to launch the game at the Iowa 80 truck stop, but I'm not sure they've got the facilities or the interest in hosting us. We'll see. But in any event, that would be the event that I would like to do later this summer. Launch the game somewhere at like a truck stop somewhere. So if you, and I have to be honest, my thought would be, so I'm going to drive all the way to Iowa, go to this truck stop, and nobody's going to join me. I'm going to play this game by myself. So I don't want that to happen, obviously. So if you would be interested in joining me for something like that, and there's a truck stop within driving distance, or you have some suggestions about, hey, I'll do that with you, why don't you shoot me an email, info@play.com, and we'll figure this out. So that's Truckin' 76. I got a target release date of August 28th for that. Probably need to mention at this point, this is a pretty ambitious program to get all these things done before September, before Labor Day weekend. And there's not a lot of margin built into this schedule. So it's possible that some things will get delayed. Hopefully not by much. Hopefully not at all. We'll see. But I did want to get it out there. That's as you know, I'm sure are thinking in your head right now. I mean, that's pretty ambitious to get all that stuff done between now and September. And I would agree. A couple of other items. Got a couple of emails about the tennis and the Highlight Maker hoops being out of stock. We're just waiting to get some more box sleeves for those games. And then we'll get them back in stock. This should happen this week sometime. So tennis and basketball should be back in stock by the end of the week. The XHL mats. Let's talk about it real quick. So when we launched the XHL back in, when was that? May? Yeah, it was May. Right around the Digital to Dice convention is when we started playing with it. When we opted to do the XHL, we thought, let's do these mats. These are pretty cool. So our plan was just to do one batch of them and then take it off the site. However, we've got a wait list going, and so we're thinking maybe we'll do a second run of XHL mats. So I think what we'll do is if you want to get an XHL mat, get on the wait list, and we'll kind of monitor that for the next 3-4 days. See if the wait list grows to a point where it makes sense for us to make another order, and then we will do that. So you can do us a favor if you're interested in getting an XHL playmat, go ahead and get on the wait list, and we'll see where that goes here in the next couple of days. And that is basically it. That's the news. All the news that is news. I don't really have anything more. I was going to say maybe I should go to the chat room, see if anybody has any questions.
People are very excited about the Iowa 80 truck stuff.
Oh, are they? It's massive. Wouldn't it be fun to play Truckin' 76 there? So I was thinking, I actually looked at the different travel options. It's about a 12-hour drive from here to that truck stop. So I'm thinking 12 hours on the road. That's kind of long. But then when you think, okay, so if I flew there, I would have to fly either to Des Moines or Chicago or Milwaukee, and then I would have to drive anywhere between 2.5 to 3 hours to get from those airports to the Iowa 80 truck stop. So when you factor in the amount of time you'd have to, get to the airport early, get through security, wait for your plane. You want to get there early, then the flight, and then get off the plane, and then get your rental car, and then drive. When you add that all up, it comes to like 10 hours. So I'm thinking, I can just hop in my car and just drive it. So I'm open to doing that. But I'm not going to go there and just sit there and play this game by myself. That would not be a very productive use of my time. So if you want to come, let me know and we'll figure it out. Anything else in the chat room that I need to address here?
Not that I can see, really.
Okay. Well, we'll just wrap this up early then tonight. As always, if you have any questions, if you think Football America, that will be coming out. That's not until we usually don't release that till September or early October. I think it was early October last year. I know we sort of changed the production schedule. Usually, it used to be we'd release Football America before the NFL set, but over time it's kind of shifted. So now we release it after it comes up. It usually happens sometime in September or October. So not even looking that far ahead yet. I don't want to think it's a Christmas sale, for crying out loud. I don't even want to think about that at this point. But yes, Football America will happen.
Adam wants to know if you're ever coming back to California.
Yes, I'll wear my SoCal, my Nick Kincannon jersey. I would love to come back to California. Actually, we'll plan. We'll consider that for 2026. We're not even making our 2026 plans really as of yet. But yeah, California. It's been a while since we did anything in California. That was a fun day. How long ago was that? It was like 10 years ago, a decade ago. I still remember that barbecue place we ate at after the Time Machine tournament. That was some good barbecue. That was an amazing, amazing dinner. And then afterwards, I remember playing lacrosse with Lenny LaFrance and Mark Ziegler back at the game store. That was a really fun day in San Jose. Anything else?
I
think that's it. Okay. If you think of something, just shoot me an email, info@play.com, and we'll answer it quickly. As always, thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight. We appreciate you being here. Next week we'll have History Maker Baseball on the game table. We're going to do the Time Machine tournament title game between the 1995 Cleveland Indians and the 20XX New York Yankees. We intended to play that game at the convention, but again, my bad. We had the tournament on Friday afternoon, and then we scheduled the championship game for Saturday night. And stuff happens. Then we get off on a different track. We were playing different things, and it just didn't happen. So I will play the game because the all-time championship is hanging in the balance. We have to decide it, future or past. So we'll play the 20XX Yankees against the 1995 Cleveland Indians in the Time Machine tournament of all ages. A true time machine tournament championship game. That'll be next Thursday right here on the stream. We'll play full play History Maker Baseball for that. Should be a lot of fun. Mike Gingold, by the way, managed the Yankees to the future division tournament, and Eric Holdaway was the manager for the 95 Indians. He usually takes the A's. He's played I remember he played the 31 Philadelphia A's one year. He usually takes like an Oakland A's team. He said, this year I'm going to get a team that I can win with. So and he did. So congrats to Eric and congrats to Mike for their championships in the two different divisions for the Time Machine tournament. And we'll settle it next Thursday here in the Play Space. And it could be an historic outcome. I mean, it could be a future team wins the Time Machine tournament for the first time. Last year we had a fictional team win it for the first time. So we're breaking history. We're making history with the Time Machine tournament. So just plan on joining us next Thursday for that. Till then, have a great weekend. Play some games. Enjoy the ones you love. Try to stay cool if you're in one of those hot climates like we are here in Colorado this week. And we'll plan on seeing you again next week right here in the Play Space Live. Thanks for watching.